Hi guys, today I'm here to talk to you about natural deodorant. I know, you do not have to be crunchy or hippie or stinky when you switch to natural deodorant. I promise, I'm here to help you. There are a lot of scientific reasons why you should switch, but I am not here to force it on you. I am just here to help you not be funky when you make the switch. I have been using natural deodorants only for about 5 years, maybe even 7 years. Like, it took me a lot to kind of like figure out the right rhythm, and it was around the time that Kaylee was born that I made the switch, but I couldn't actually find something that worked for me. Now, like, I've got it down. I'm good. Like, I'm super good. So, very first tip that I'm going to suggest to you is to find a deodorant when you first start out that does not have baking soda as the first ingredient. The reason for that is because when you start detoxing from aluminum that is in antiperspirant, you will, when you mix the aluminum and you mix the baking soda, you kind of get a rash. You get irritated really quickly. And baking soda can be very irritating, especially if you shave your underarms. It can be very irritating in the beginning. So the reason that I'm saying that is so that you don't get a rash. Number 2 is to definitely use some kind of face detox mask on your armpits. Use it like every other day for about 2 weeks when you first make the switch. The reason for this is to draw out all of the impurities that are in your armpits from the aluminum. It's going to help you. It's really going to help you, and it's definitely going to help reduce the funk, because a part of the reason that you have the funk, especially in the beginning, is your body just detoxing from the aluminum. So that's part of it. And I also use this when it's especially hot out. I will detox my armpits in the summer like once a week, just to make sure that like all the extra gunk comes out, or if I've been eating really bad, because your body odor does come from the things that you've been eating. So kind of a little tip. You can use this tip even if you use, regular deodorant or regular antiperspirant, sorry. So yes, that is my second tip. My third tip, when you've already like kind of detoxed for like 2 weeks, then you can make the switch to something that's a little bit stronger. Stronger in the sense is something that probably has baking soda as the first or second ingredient. The reason for this is baking soda is very good. Baking soda and cornstarch are great for the funk underneath your pits. Like, they're gonna help you not stink. I will be very honest and say that for me, it has been very difficult to find something at the drugstore that has what I need. So meaning like the Tom's brand, it's a no, not a fan at all. Yes, it's a natural deodorant, but it doesn't work. It does not work. So if you're looking for something from the drugstore that you absolutely, like, let's say you ran out and you forgot it, because hey, it happens to all of us, I really recommend the brand Native. I like the coconut one, but I've heard great things about the other ones too. They even have the little travel size. Like when you go to Walgreens and Target, they have the travel size, so you can stick that in your purse. Just be warned, because they are natural deodorants, they can melt. So warning, you may not want to leave them out in the heat or leave them in your car when it's summertime. But I always keep an extra deodorant in my car for those reasons. Or in my makeup bag, like it's a really tiny one. So yeah. So the one that I use and I love is by Pretty Frank. The first ingredient is shea butter, so it is moisturizing for my armpits. The second ingredient is baking soda, which really helps with the funk. Now, I apply my deodorant twice a day. If it's extra funky, then 3 times a day. Not extra funky, extra hot, sorry. But I promise you, I really have never found a time that I've been funky when I use this deodorant. I'm just not. It really works. Now, I do have to warn you that when you make the switch from a antiperspirant to a deodorant, you are going to notice that you actually do feel when you sweat. You're going to feel it. If you're a person that sweats a lot, this may be a little difficult to adjust to, but within 2 weeks to a month, it's not going to bother you as much. Like, you're going to be used to it, and you're not always going to be as damp, for lack of a better word. Like, your body kind of regulates, so you don't need to sweat as much, because the reason that your body will push it out so hard is because it's used to the antiperspirant. Now, when you switch to deodorant, that will not be the case, so you won't be sweating as much. But in the beginning, you're going to notice, and you're going to be like, damn, ill. Like, you're going to be flapping to kind of, you know, dry off. I know, that's TMI, but it's the truth. So this is my favorite. Now, the reason I like to order from Pretty Frank directly is because they also have sample sets. So like little samples. I don't remember the price. $2 to $4. They're really, really tiny. This is about $9. And one stick lasts me about 8 months. It is thick. Like, it's thick underneath your armpits, but it doesn't leave a white cast. So, you know, you can go sleeveless. You're good. But the reason I buy from the website is because then I get little samples, and those are what I keep in my bag for days that either I forgot or that it's extra hot. Then it's like a little pot. It looks like a lip balm. I left my purse in the car. But it's about this size, like the e.l.f. primer size. And it's perfect. Like, you can just swipe, and you're good to go. So this is my favorite brand. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was, because hey, I use them all the time, but I genuinely adore it. And then for my daughter, she also uses Pretty Frank, and she uses the green apple scent, but she will often steal my lavender. And then for her, like on the go, we have the native deodorant. So that's the one that she keeps by her dad's house, and it's a little stick. It's the coconut scent. It is fantastic. It's great for kids. Then a nice runner-up for me, this is the only other one that I can say is good, is this one by Acure. I recently started using this, like really recently, and I have not had any problems. So it is sensitive. It's made for sensitive skin, so it's baking soda free. This is definitely the one that I would recommend when you first make the switch, and it's charcoal geranium deodorant. It smells like, it doesn't smell like, I don't know, I guess it does smell like geranium. But like throughout the day, it's also a thicker deodorant also. But throughout the day, I do smell it, where with this one, I don't really feel like I smell it too much. So this one's a little bit stronger scent-wise. However, I do feel like with this one, if it's super hot, I have to apply it 3 times in the day. So like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 at night. This one, I'm usually fine with just 2 a day. But that's like right after the shower, you know? But I really like this one. It's a good alternative and great for when you are starting out in your journey. Certain brands that I just don't really recommend are Kopari. I've tried a few of them. And I'm a person, I work out almost every day. Not every single day, but almost every day. And that deodorant just doesn't cut it. Like, it's just not strong enough. I think because these are paste, they do help with, you know, the smell. Now, I do want to give you 2 little more tips, or 2 things of information. Just know that stress sweat smells completely different from regular sweat. So stress sweat stinks. I mean, stinks to high hell, because there's also adrenaline mixed into it. So it's like a scientific thing where basically it's meant to like keep other predators away from you. Long story short. So yeah, it's extra stinky. So if you are having a high stress day and you're sweating a lot, yeah, you are gonna stink with one of these deodorants. It just is. You would probably still stink with aluminum because it's such a potent smell. And then the other thing is, when you are using the deodorants with the baking soda or the cornstarch as the first ingredients, to remove it, I don't do this every time, but if you've had a day where you've applied a lot, I definitely recommend like some kind of sugar scrub to make sure that you get all of it off, so that you really clean your armpits well, because it can be a little, I don't want to say sticky, but it's kind of like when you use a primer on your face, like, you know, you need to like double cleanse. I recommend double cleansing your armpits when you use these. So those are my natural deodorant tips. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I promise I have tried many brands, and these are just the ones that work best for me. I hope that helps. Bye, guys.